All right, hello everyone. It is Storm Tracker Meteorologist Lainey Pugh. I wanted to give just a quick little update on our midweek forecast as well as going into the weekend. I'm going to let a few more people join. I hope you guys are enjoying this dry weather because it's not going to be lasting long. So go ahead and get outdoors to eat lunch, maybe eat lunch outdoors today. And yeah, because it's going to be wet going into the next couple of days. So again, enjoy this warm weather while we can. It's going to be yet another warm day here as well as dryness. We're not seeing any dry weather going into the next few days. All right, so let's take a look at what's happening in the southeast. We have lots of rain in the state of Florida and Georgia, and that rain's going to eventually start to move its way to our viewing area, bringing some of us a few showers going into the afternoon hours, but most of us will be staying dry today, and that's likely going to be our last mainly dry day going into the rest of the week. Now, I do want to mention our next weather maker, which is going to be happening this weekend. So it's going to be Friday as well as going into Saturday. We'll see multiple rounds of storms, but it's not going to be widespread, meaning that we're not going to be seeing rain all day. It's not going to be a total washout, but we'll have multiple rounds of some individual storms that will have the potential to bring some severe weather to the Tennessee Valley, again, going into Friday as well as Saturday. Then going into Sunday, we'll most likely just be dealing with some rain, but always check back in for details as we get closer to Sunday. For Friday, though, the SPC, which is the Storm Prediction Center, has already put us under that 2 out of 5 slight risk to see some severe weather again with these thunderstorms that are going to be moving across the Tennessee Valley. Now, note that this is going to be a summertime event, so we're not really that worried about the possibility of some strong, long-lived tornadoes. We will be watching for a brief spin up or two, but again, that's going to be the lowest threat that we see with this event. Our main threats that we are worried about as of right now, again, we're still a little far out for distinct details as well as timing, but for now, this is what we are going to be focusing on for severe weather threats. We have the potential to be seeing some damaging winds up to 50 and 60 miles an hour. So if you have any outdoor items, going to want to go ahead before the weekend and before Friday, go ahead, put those inside or just anchor them down. Make sure they're not going to be able to blow away with these damaging winds. We also have a possibility to see some small hail with this system. And then again, that brief low-end tornado threat. I don't think we should be all that worried. Again, it's not the highest on the damaging threat list, but being here in the Tennessee Valley, it's something we always have to look forward to. And don't worry, we are going to be watching radar as we go throughout Friday night, as well as going into all day Saturday, and we will let you guys know if there are any warnings out there available, or any warnings out there for Friday and Saturday. So let's take a look at timing for Friday. This is one of the shorter range models. Again, timing with this can change as we go closer into Friday. So keep that in mind, but Friday afternoon, most of us will be staying dry. We'll have a little bit of cloud coverage and the possibility to see a brief area of some heavy rainfall. And then by 5 p.m., most of us, again, staying dry, lots of cloud coverage here. But then we start to see these line of storms start to make their way into southern Tennessee as late as 5 p.m. on Friday. And then going into around the 7 o'clock hour, so dinner time, we can start to see these storms make their way into the Tennessee Valley. Again, main threats being damaging wind as well as a small hail and brief spin up of a tornado. By Friday at 10 p.m. when we're going to bed, still going to be experiencing the thunderstorms with this line. And then by around midnight on Saturday, most of it should be out of the Tennessee Valley. Again, I want to keep this in mind that timing can change for this event, so just keep checking back in for details. But as of right now, by midnight on Saturday, most of these storms should be out of our viewing area, and we'll be able to sleep nicely Saturday night and waking up to just some mostly cloud coverage for your Saturday morning. Now, Saturday, again, yet another day to see some severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center has put us in the possible category to see some thunderstorms once again as well. Again, like we did or going to again on Friday. So This is going to be Friday and Saturday once again. So this is a look at a long-range model. So it's going to give us an idea of what we can expect, but timing, again, especially on Saturday, can change, as well as distinct details, and you're going to want to keep on checking back in. As we get closer to the weekend, we'll have more details to tell you guys about that. But this is just giving us an idea of what we can expect. So Saturday morning, expect some rainfall in the Tennessee Valley. Light to moderate. It's not really until Saturday around the lunchtime hour or later afternoon hours we'll start to see these impacts with these storms. Heavy rainfall, damaging winds, as well as hail. I know we're worried about the idea of flooding here in the Tennessee Valley with all this rain that's about to come down on us. So keep in mind if you're going to be out and about on the roads on Saturday. I know we have a few events here in the Tennessee Valley. You're going to want to make sure if you see any flooding on the roads to just turn around and take an alternate route. I'm sure you and your car are really going to appreciate that. But again, Saturday afternoon, we could be seeing some heavy rainfall as well as some embedded thunderstorms. Frequent lightning is going to be a problem with these storms. Again, we're going into the summertime. It's going to be a little bit warmer outside. And then going into Friday night, it looks like the rain will lighten up a little bit, but if you're near the shoals, it's giving us an idea that we could still be seeing some heavy rainfall as well as those thunderstorms, and then going into the rest of Saturday night looking like we'll dry out until we go into Sunday. Now, as of right now, there's not a severe risk for Sunday. Most likely just going to be seeing some rainfall across the Tennessee Valley throughout the afternoon and into the evening. Eventually going to bed on Sunday, we should be staying mostly dry. So that is what we're expecting for the weekend. Again, check back in for details. Meteorologist Amber Kulik is going to be live for our Wait News at 4, as well as Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle is going to be live tonight, talking more details about the severe weather threat. But for right now, let's enjoy these calm, dry, and warm conditions. Temperatures in the Tennessee Valley are warming up. We're in the 80s for most of us here, 82 in Guntersville, 85 Huntsville, as well as 85 in Decatur. We're going to keep these warm temperatures around as we go throughout the afternoon this evening. Going to be in the upper 80s at around 4 p.m. Again, we have a chance to see some brief pop-up showers going into the afternoon. Most of us will be staying dry. Temperatures are going to slowly fall out of the 80s by around 8 o'clock tonight. Now let's take a look at what some of us can expect going into the afternoon. Most of us are going to be staying dry. Some of us can see some scattered showers. So we start to see these showers come around the Sand Mountain region by 2:30, bringing in some just scattered showers as well as some heavy pockets of rain. And then eventually by around 5 and 6 tonight, it'll be along that I-65 corridor, eventually moving off to the west by around 7 o'clock tonight. No severe weather expected with this system. You may hear a rumble of thunder or two, maybe a flash of lightning, but no severe weather with the events going on tonight. Eventually, we'll be clearing out as we go into the evening tonight. Forecast lows tonight are going to be comfortable. We'll be sitting in the mid to upper 60s, 70s for some of us, 67 in Scottsboro as well as Fort Payne, 68 in Hazel Green, 69 here in Huntsville as well as Athens, 70 in Decatur, 69 in Town Creek, and then going over to the Shoals, again, those upper 60s is what we can expect for forecast lows going into tonight. Rain is not going to stop as we go throughout the next 5 days. Again, possibility to see some afternoon showers today as well as tomorrow. Friday and Saturday, those rain chances start to increase with that severe weather threat. And then Sunday, still expecting to see some scattered showers along the Tennessee Valley. Tomorrow, though, will be warm once again. We'll have a little bit more cloud coverage than we have today. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s once again. And those we have a chance to see some afternoon showers again going into the day tomorrow. 88 degrees is your high for tomorrow. Again, warm, and the possibility to see some afternoon showers. And going into Friday, it'll be warm once again, at least before the rain arrives. 89 degrees is your forecasted high, and we're expecting, again, those showers and storms to reach the Tennessee Valley. Here's a look at future radar for tomorrow. We'll be starting off with some cloud coverage, and that'll start to build in, as well as the possibility to see some showers going into the late evening hours. Eventually moving to central North Alabama by 8 p.m. and then eventually clearing out as we go into the rest of your Thursday evening. So no weather or severe weather threat with that as well, but it is rain. We've been blessed to be dry for the last couple of days, but rain is coming back into the forecast for the unseeable future. It seems like temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s. Rain chances starting today and going all the way throughout the weekend, as well as going into the work week next week. It's not looking like any of these days are going to be complete washouts. It's just going to be those summertime afternoon showers. Temperatures are going to be lower to start the work week next week, back into the low 80s. If you're heading off to some Trash Panda games next week, I know they'll be at home. Again, PM showers to be worried about, but other than that, overnight lows are going to start to be in the 70s once again. So once you're waking up, getting out of bed, and going to work, it's going to be a little muggy outside. It's that time of year. But other than that, I think that's all there is going into, again, today as well as tomorrow into the weekend. Just to wrap up, dry today, mostly dry today. Some of us could see some PM showers, as well as tomorrow, severe weather threat Friday and Saturday. Make sure you guys check back in for details as we get closer into the weekend, and then starting off the work week next week, rain and more rain is back into the forecast. All right, well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday and stay dry.